Okay, this is either gonna be a legit video or a funny video where my laptop falls off the roof mid video, because okay, you know, I'm gonna hold it because the wind is blowing it. It's not a... You hear the dogs right now? My neighbor's dogs? They've been barking at me for 20 years. They just don't get tired whenever they see me, I guess, which they see me now. Hey guys, and by guys I mean just myself and my 2 alt accounts that I made to subscribe to my channel, because having 0 subscribers is embarrassing. I am posted up on the roof currently. Might be kind of hard to see. I have on the border tortilla chips, and I have my bean dip, my Fritos bean dip. So I'm currently staying at my mom's house. I totaled my car about well, I guess I should start over. I guess, and I've always been a very impulsive person. I actually, you know, I attribute that to like one of the most defining parts of my features of my character. Like, I don't really discredit myself for that. But it was Saturday, not last Saturday, Saturday before that, so like about a week and a half ago roughly. I stopped by my friend's place to say hi, and then I just got on the highway, and less than like 4 minutes later, my laptop is actually gonna fall. I tend to have a habit when I'm driving sometimes where I get too emotional. A lot of that can be, you know, deduced up to a bunch of factors. Music is one of those. I remember one time I made my friend cry when I was driving after Chief Keef came on. Finito. Like when we got home, he had his dad pick him up. Anyways, I usually don't drive like that, seriously though, when I have other people in the car. But I was by myself, and I would say in that very, like, I guess in that sect, I can consider myself like a good driver. I know it sounds crazy, but like I'm actually like, I feel like I'm a more talented driver than others. This is my first accident ever. I've been driving for years. This is the first time I've ever gotten to a real accident on the road. The most ever is like backing into someone when I'm like, you know, when I'm moving out of my parking spot. Anyways, I was going to start cutting up, right? I'm not going to say I was cutting up because I literally had just gone on the highway. I was like merging into the highway. And I forget really what my state was like before the crash. I just wasn't really too zoned in, and I saw a cut, like a gap that I obviously could not take, that I obviously would not fit in, and I was approaching it, and all the sirens in my head were going off like, no, like this is not possible. All these sirens were going off, and I heard them, and I just dismissed them. And I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel excited. I didn't feel, you know, sad. I wasn't anything. I just ignored them, and I knew what was going to happen. It was in, like, I saw the accident before the accident happened. I knew this was going to take place, and I could have stopped it. And for whatever reason, I guess I didn't. I hit the car that was next to me. The gap was too small. So I essentially got like I'm trying to go in. I essentially got pit maneuvered. And for a good like 3 to 4 seconds, I was just swerving completely sideways, 100% sideways. I was just waiting for like the car to roll over. I wasn't even like shocked or angry or ecstatic or anything. I remember I felt dull, and I just looked straight ahead. I wasn't even applying the brakes, I don't think. I might have been. I probably was. But I was swerving out. I didn't roll over. Shout out to the Honda CR-Vs. It's a good, safe car. My side airbag went out. I swerved. And because I'm perpendicular to the highway, I'm facing the sidewall, right? So I eventually just crashed, like, face forward into the sidewall of the highway that I was on. And that's where the main brunt of the damage was, and that's when my front airbags hit in. Surprisingly, I was 100% fine. Like, not even a scratch. The most was when my dermals here, they started bleeding because I hit my head sideways during the first impact. But it was kind of crazy. Like, I kind of like Tokyo drifted like perfectly into the shoulder. It was like kind of crazy. I was just in the shoulder, just completely backwards, because I swerved out, I hit the wall, and then I ended up just being completely backwards on the shoulder. So I mean, I guess that worked out. And the dude I hit initially pulled over, and then some other good Samaritan dude just pulled over, like some dude in a truck with his son, and they like called the cops. And honestly, I was just waiting to be arrested. I was so sure I was going to get arrested for like reckless driving or whatever. I was like, I called my mom, I called my friends. I called my ex, actually, and I just started venting. Not even venting, I guess I was just angry. Not at anything specifically, but of like the absurdity of it all, and not like the situation I just got into, but just my situation in general in life. And I was crying for a solid like 9 seconds in that whole conversation. Which is interesting. I don't really cry a lot. Can you believe he's still barking at me? I've been recording for 8 minutes. They get tired though. They'll get tired. They haven't seen me in a while because I don't live here anymore, and I'm on the roof. So these are two things that are like new to them. Before, I would just go out there and just stare at them and just provoke them and wait for them to stop barking after like 5 minutes. I would even like bark back when they were done. I was like, yeah. So I essentially got into an accident that was 100% avoidable, and I'm not saying this to flex or like sound cool or anything, because I could have seriously. The other car was like fine. The other car was perfectly fine. They drive off. I had to get towed. My car's totaled. But it could have been worse for either of them. And I'm not gonna include exit game topic in this video, because that's in like all my other videos and they all get age restricted. But I remember being on the phone with my ex, and I was talking about how beautiful it would have been if it was just lights out right there. Which, it's just weird, just that being the only person in that moment which I could really like, just I guess break down to. I mean, that's what it was, right? It was just like a breakdown. Yeah, it's weird. So I've been staying at my mom's house. I have to take Ubers now to work. I'm at my mom's house because it's much closer to my job than my house with downtown with my roommates. So I basically moved stuff here, and I don't really, I'm not really too bothered by it, the whole, I guess, situation. And because I lost my car, my OG car, like half a year ago, got stolen, and then I bought this new car. So that shit didn't last for like 4 months, this new it, but I got full coverage. So hopefully, bag incoming. The investigation is still ongoing. I got a citation also for a improper lane change. That shit should have been like attempted murder, but it was improper lane change. So shout out the cops, 3 points. It was just really reckless. And then fast forward to this weekend, I went to a rave / birthday party. It was my friend's birthday party. And my ex was there. Not the ex which I called. That was like XX. That's the ex, the one that I called. The one after was like, that's the rebound ex. Like, that's what I got after. And I was only with her for like 3 months. She was there at this birthday party I was at. I hadn't seen her since we broke up. And she knew like my, I guess, recklessness, or I guess just my, my tendency to fuck up. And then she also knew, like, how I drive sometimes. And so I told her, like, guess what? I totaled my car. Because we were just catching up, like, kind of. And she was like, damn, that's crazy. So I remember we only caught up, like just small talk. And then she left with her friends. And she didn't say bye to me at all, which I don't know why. I felt still kind of, like, bummed out about. So I wanted to have a conversation, like a serious one with her, just privately to, I guess, gain some sort of closure. I didn't need closure. She technically was the one who broke up with me, but I kind of let the whole thing happen. Like, I kind of led the relationship there. And I really wanted it to end, but I didn't want to be the one to end it, because that's how I ended my last relationship. And I felt there was, like, a lot of regret from that. And I didn't want to feel like a bad person, being the person to, like, end it. I don't know. I just could not bring myself to do it. So I kind of just, it wasn't, like, on purpose, but it's like, if you're not interested in a relationship, the relationship is going to crumble apart, It's not something you have to, like, really try to do. So I didn't get to have a conversation with her. So I asked her, I texted her, I was like, can we call? And she was like, she was still with her friends. I was like, well, it's not that deep, but you can call me after if you want. She was like, okay, I'm curious. As if I'm going to present, like, some crazy revelation or some astounding fucking, like, I don't know, whatever. It felt kind of weird. I don't know, just how that came off. Like, I'm curious, okay. Like, it's like you're doing me a favor. Like, I just need, like, I don't know. If you were not, like, at a certain point, like, the closest you were with someone for 3 months, and then it ends, like, in an argument, is there not, like, kind of, like, a sense of, like, neutralness and just wanting a conversation with the other person after all the chaos ends, after the dust settles? I feel like that should be a mutual thing, but whatever. So we talk, and it was the most horrible conversation I've ever had. I don't know how it turned into, like, a therapy intake, but I just felt like it was so patronizing. I was telling them about my car crash and how, like, in very recent times I've been, like, very unstable, I felt. And they were just telling me all this shit, like, oh, you need to, like, just out of, like a therapy intake. Not even fuck the intake, like the first meeting. We was talking about, like, you need to, like, read and write more. Like, no one is gonna save you. You're gonna, like, get these self-destructive patterns. And it's like, okay, I'm not calling you to tell me about my self-destructive patterns. I can probably see that, I'm probably not making the best decisions. But, like, that's not why I called you, I just called to have a talk. And that tone someone just has? Hold on, I'm gonna move here because the lighting is gonna be better. That it's just that tone that's, like, when you're telling someone about, like, your mental health, and you just want it to be, like, a normal functioning conversation, but then it just feels like you're just getting pitied. And, this person is, like, just reaching, grasping at things to say to, like, give you an answer. And it's like, yo, I don't need your answer. I just need you to listen and be like, that's that, Like, in Breaking Bad, when Walter is just capping his ass off to Skyler, and, like, he's just capping his ass off, and it's, like, at the point in time where Skyler knows he's capping, and it's just that tone that Walter has. It's like, oh, well, baby, I was at the gas pump, the gas just spilled all over me. What the heck? I was so frustrated. And it's like, it's just so obviously not genuine. Like, it's so obviously, like, pre-thought and, like, manufactured. And I feel like that's the tone people give me when I try to speak to them about, my mental well-being. it's like I just feel like it makes me feel embarrassed. Like I'm just self-loathing at this point, and it's like I'm just telling you straight up like the events that have happened in my life and like how I'm digesting them mentally, and you're telling me I need to go read and write. I'm like, okay, thank you. Is that gonna be $40 for the session? Like, I just wish that we could have talked like people. It was so crazy because I've known this person for like 3 months, and it was like, yo, I get the intentions are good. I get that. I guess you're trying to help me. You're trying to fix me, but that's just, you're just not getting the point. You don't have to phrase these things in a way that assures that you're better than me. You know what I mean? And this probably just sounds upstuck and lame. So I was like, okay, well, you have a great night. Because it was like 4 a.m. at this point. And they're like, yeah, sorry if you didn't get the closure that you wanted. I'm like, I didn't say anything, but it's just like, that is just so patronizing. I don't know. It's like, just feel like I just called you because like, I'm so, you broke me. Does anyone remember the audio? It's like, sorry you didn't get the closure that you wanted. I'm like, okay, dude, fuck off. And then she was like, is there anything else you wanted to tell me? And it's like, bro, what happened to just post-game interviews? You know, that's what I wanted. The relationship ended crazily, and I just wanted a post-game interview. And the whole time, it just felt like I was being pitied, and like she was doing me a favor by even picking up the damn phone and listening to me. It's like, yo, 3 months with a person, and it's like, I don't know. Anyways, that's my little update for all my 0 subscribers. For myself in 10 years. I've not been locking in on this bean dip. And I'm not even like a bean dip person. I don't want y'all thinking I'm a bean dip fanatic. This is my 3rd bean dip of the day though. Like these little cans. I literally just locked in on bean dip like 2 days ago. This is the first time I've ever had bean dip with chips. I just got salsa this whole time. You know, I just recently locked in on beans as a whole. Like, I swear to God, I did not like beans like probably like 3 years ago. Like 2 years ago, I started like tolerating beans, and then I was like, yo, beans are actually pretty dope. I'm still like, I'm not too crazy on black beans, black pinto beans, like refried beans, bro. Give me all that. So like, fuck it, let me try this bean dip. At work, at our break room, we have like a little store, so they had bean dips. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it, because you know there's not too much I can eat. Everything has milk and eggs in it. So I tried it and it was nice. So I got some at home for myself. I whipped my mom's car to the store. She let me, so I could get bean dip. And then today at work, this is how I got to 3 bean dips. I'm not just fucking up bean dips like a machine. I guess I am a bean dip machine. I got my first bean dip during lunch. I put it in I have to whip like cherry pickers, like forklifts. This nigga's been barking for 22 minutes. I hope his throat hurts. I have to whip these cherry pickers that go like 40 feet in the air. I put my little canister of bean dip in like we have this little space where you can put stuff in, like in the front. And I had to like really cram it up in there. And it was like, it barely fit in there. And I remember I was so locked in because I had my chips like in a bottom compartment, and I had my bean dip right up top in front of me, so I could just, while I'm driving. And it was such a method, and I got like 3 chips in, and I tried to close it, and I swear to God, the shit like it made a sound like it popped out of the shit because it was so tight, and it just like, I watched it bounce into the air, fall on the floor of my cherry picker. At the moment, I was like 30 feet in the fucking air, and it slowly rolled off and just fell to the ground of my warehouse. I was in an aisle, thankfully, so it's not like I'm just out in the public. But there was some dude behind me, and I just watched the bean dip, and it landed like this, like bean dip down, and I just saw it was just made a mess, because it was just all bean dip. And I looked at the dude behind me, and I don't think he saw me, but it's like, there's a good chance he could have saw me, and if he didn't see me, he probably saw the fucking bean dip that was going to be in front of him when, like, you know, when he moved forwards. So I was just so pissed off that this bean dip just like a fucking cartoon just exploded and just went 30 feet to the floor and fucking died. So naturally, I just have these tortilla chips. Now I had to go get another bean dip. I didn't wait for, I didn't have enough free time for like a couple hours. So I went and got another bean dip. I didn't pay for it. I stole it because I'm not paying for 2 bean dips. And, which is bad. That was my first time stealing during Lent. I've been doing that at all. So that's when I got my second bean dip, and that was good. And I finished that. And then I came home to the bean dip I already had. So my third canister bean dip, which I left out overnight. I was reading the can earlier and it was like refrigerate after opening. So hopefully it's good. No left out bean dip. If it's not good, I'll let you all know tomorrow. I'll drop like a YouTube short of me on the toilet. I hope that sunset was cool. I hope my audio is good. Imagine all you hear is like barks. Anyways, yeah, you guys, whoever you are, no one, 0 views, 0 subs, 2 subs. Shout out my alt accounts. Have a good day or have a good night. I'm not sad. I haven't been sad for a while. I just get very bored and I just get very, unsatisfied with situations and circumstances. But you know what? We have downs and we have ups. I played ping pong with a coworker today because we also have a ping pong in our break room. And he was pretty cool, and we got each other's Instagram. So, you know, things are looking up. I'm looking up. Objectively, things might be looking like just kind of sideways. Maybe even down, I would call it sideways, but I'm looking up. You know what? So I'm going to climb down this roof, probably kill this dog, and then watch Breaking Bad. I've been binging Breaking Bad. I'm kind of a poser, but I just finished Ozymandias or whatever the episode is called, like one of the last ones, season 5. Bro, this show is crazy. This is going to be a crazy rewatch in like a year, but it's a very good show. Shout out Breaking Bad. I'm going to also watch next. I'm thinking Moral Oral. I'm just trying to be really, what are those guys called? Who listen to Mitski and they drink matcha. The matcha thing is kind of a joke. Performative. I'm performative maxing. Life is a performance. Have a good day.